The Anonymous Drag Queen really began as an idea. It's a reaction to the Noxzema Jones shorts that I did way back in 2006 and 2007. And Noxzema Jones was this fabulous character, this drag queen.
Yes, tonight we're going to be making crystal meth.
That was insane. The character was supposed to be a crack whore and very religious, and it just kind of made fun of all the things I hated. The problem with the Noxzema Jones shorts was that the production value kept growing. They became more and more complex to make, and that in itself became more time consuming.
Hello friends, I'm Noxzema Jones. I come to you today not only as a celebrity and crack whore, but as a friend.
When I decided that I wanted to try my hand at doing something on the web again, I knew that the time for Noxzema Jones, at least that kind of web series, was over. I decided to do some research. I watched what was popular on the web. I searched YouTube. And the first thing I noticed were the most popular types of web series were actually blogs, video blogs. Just people sitting there talking to the camera. And these people they were normal and abnormal at the same time. The most successful ones were characters in themselves. But I don't know if they were created or if these people themselves were just eccentric.
And how fucking dare anyone out there make fun of Britney after
all of their faults came through on camera, and it became this odd sort of reality TV.
Audience, what? What are you doing in the dryer? Steven, did you put the audience in the dryer? Audience has to air dry. You shrunk. You're looking good though, girl. Or guy. Or both. Or other.
Somewhere, maybe an old Saturday Night Live episode, I don't know. Years ago, I remember seeing this character who wore a bag on his head. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be interesting if I created a character like Noxzema Jones, but it wore a bag over its head? Once I decided on a character, once I had this idea, and it kind of coalesced into this bag creature, the Anonymous Drag Queen, I could picture in my head only vaguely what I wanted it to look like. So of course I needed help. I called my friend Ben Wiseman, who does drag.
I did have a couple of misgivings at the beginning of it.
So we took these two wigs and we made this huge kind of bouffant hair thing, and poked eyes, no makeup, but we just wanted an idea. So we poked holes for the eyes. I mean, like literally poked with my finger through a paper bag.
Our first paper bag was brown, and it looked kind of ridiculous because we were still getting the dimensions and getting everything measured out properly, and we had a couple of really, really interesting looking faces.
Wow. I mean, it was not only not funny, though the hair was incredible, it was frightening. I mean, it was reminiscent of Leatherface. I mean, it looked right out of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was actually terrifying, and we were both kind of like, this may never work. The following week, we got another brown paper bag, and we cut two different size eye holes because we weren't sure which size. So of course we knew she was going to look kind of funny because one of her eyes was going to be bigger than the other. And we kind of drew on there. And the nose was probably the most complicated part, particularly in a brown paper bag. But we drew the lips with black and all of that. And strangely enough, there was something there. The nose didn't show up in the pictures we took, but there was the beginnings of something. It was like, this may work. It had an anime quality, but I was like, Ben, we need to use white mask, and it was like, no, because they would just stand out. It would look so artificial. It would look so fake. But that is what we're going for. It is fake. And so why not, if it has this kind of anime quality, why not make it a mask, almost like a geisha?
I think, like, because it is a paper medium, and because of the way that we're actually drawing the faces onto it, it does have kind of a cartoonish character to it, which I think actually works considering that it is a paper medium. You have very vibrant colors on a material that doesn't really take to blends and blending colors, so you have a very strong cartoon characteristics to her.
Then, of course, we start trying them on and everything. And the makeup was evolving. The first one had little eyelashes drawn like a little doll. Eventually, she turned out with these big cat eyes, and which kind of added to the anime quality.
I modeled some of the looks after some of the more popular looks, the cat eyes of like Amy Winehouse, just because we knew that the character was going to be a little eccentric.
We quickly figured out that even with the scarves, there was just a problem with the way the bag bunched here. So we cut off the chins. Well, you see, that gave her the jawline that she was missing. It added a more human quality. And it does. It made all the difference in the world. But for now, I'm pretty sure the face is done. Now all we have to do is make masks for like when she's angry and for when she's been crying and, you know, all of the things that add the personality but just really feed off the absurdity.
I don't think I would change much, actually. I think the process that we went through in order to create her character, to create her look, was a learning experience that needed to happen in order for us to be able to develop her character.
Those first 5 episodes are going to be about the anonymous drag queen finding a voice. And it's going to take time, so we're not actually going to push. We're not going to try to market the show. What we're hoping is that the show will find followers as it develops, that it'll grow.
But I think that the style that we've created for the anonymous drag queen has actually turned out fairly decently well. I think that there's still room for improvement, but as with anything that has some sort of artistic design or artistic depth, it always has to improve over time. So
it'd be really nice if eventually she went beyond the web camera and could actually go out in public and do commentaries, but that remains to be seen. We're going to start small. We're going to start with the web camera, and I don't know. We'll just see how it works.
I had my apprehensions about it at first, but I think that it's going to be well received because of the thought and the sheer absurdity of it, actually, I think, is what's going to kind of draw people to it.
Hello, I'm the anonymous drag queen, and I'd like to be the first to welcome you to my world.